In terms of timing, they arrived Morocco on time. Yeah. It wasn't like the usual where they will arrive a few days before the tournament. They arrived on time. Yeah. So you don't think they have enough time to acclimatize?
Yeah, but since they arrived, they've been facing challenges. Reports coming out from the Dream Team camp shows that they've not really settled down. They didn't really settle down. They didn't have the right kits to train with. They didn't get the facilities where they will even do the necessary training. So it's like the few days they spent in Morocco has been wasted days. The technical committee
of the NFF did not do its homework.
Well, the man on the home front, the technical committee chairman, Barrister Grace Green, has been on the home front fighting all manner of battles. It's either he's hitting, abusing one person, or he's insulting the other person on the pages of newspaper, rather than concentrate on the task ahead. And they talk about distractions, but you begin to distract yourself. I think Barrister Chris Green should have concentrated on all this rather than heaping insults on people. The first day he was abusing the Sheikh Odegbami of this world. The next day he's now insulting Olise and all that. So he should rather concentrate on his job rather than all these fights, because these fights are fights that will not take us anywhere.
I've seen the challenges that we're faced with here. How do you think they will perform going into the tournament?
Truth be told, we are working on a tightrope. The first game is against the Moroccans on Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Nigerian time, and Morocco will do everything. The North Africans, I know them, they are very hostile. They're doing everything to pick one of these tickets. So if you just concede one of the Group A tickets to Morocco, no matter the way you look at it. So the other ticket will be between Nigeria, Algeria, and Senegal. And of course, you know that the Algerians too will have some level of home advantage because they are from the same region. The weather favors them. The fans will want to queue behind the Algerians. And when it comes to football politics too, the Algerians are ahead of us at the moment. We don't have anybody in CAF to play the politics for us. The chairman of the Referees Commission of CAF is from Tunisia, for Christ's sake. And the Algerians have the likes of Rua, who is the second vice chairman of CAF. So they are going to play this politics. And for us to really qualify from that group, to get into the semi-finals, to pick one of the Olympic tickets, we need to play the match of our lives. And again, come to look at it, rather than concentrate on training these boys that were camped in Ibadan, our coach, Austin Eguavo, was busy gallivanting in Europe looking for players that are nowhere near Morocco at the moment. He was busy looking for the Joel Sobis of this world. He was busy looking for the Ahmed Musas of this world, rather than concentrating on the players that you have at hand. So how many days did Eguavo spend in Ibadan? How many days did he spend in Ghana, where the team camped? He was combing Europe for players that he eventually did not get, because these clubs, it is only a club, it is only a player that is not very, very important to his club that will come to Morocco. Yeah. That is the truth. If you are very important to your club, you are playing for your club regularly, the club will be reluctant to release you, because this is not one of the...
There are stories of players that may not be able to make it. Igebo is a major doubt.
Yes. Joel Obi is out of it. Musa is out of it. And these are the players that Eguavo was banking on to play, to use in Morocco. So he should have concentrated on these same players that he now has in Morocco. So there is a lot of challenge.
When did we get to this point where we sort of like lost track of the home-based players? I mean, going back into peak and being into this thing.
That is why we need to get it right on the home front, because as it is now, like this game, the Dream Team this competition that the Dream Team is going to play in Morocco, you now need your home-based players. You don't expect to use the foreign-based players because their clubs will not release them. This is not a FIFA-approved tournament. If it is one of the tournaments on FIFA calendar, you are under obligation to release your players. But this time, the foreign clubs can play pranks with you. So you now rely on your home-based players. And when you are not playing league at home, it means that you cannot get it right when the chips are down.
Okay, would it be right to say that it's a good thing we didn't qualify for the Nations Cup, we didn't qualify for all these other major tournaments? Would you say it's a good thing then?
It is not.
Is it an opportunity for us to go back in and rework our system?
If only we will learn from the mistakes. But if you look back, you discover that we don't even learn from our mistakes. We only say that, okay, by the time we lose, we say we are going back to the drawing board.
And we never finish the drawing.
We never finish. We don't even get a board, not to talk of drawing anything. Same mistakes we keep making. So ordinarily, this is a time for us to look back and say, where have we gotten it wrong? Because now our football is down. We cannot even qualify for the Nations Cup. The All Africa Games came. We did not qualify for both the male and female event. We were beaten by Ghana. The Black Queens of Ghana beat us in the female, and then the Black Meteors in the male. Olympic qualifier, the Falcons are out of it. We're struggling to see if we can get the Dream Team qualify for the big one in London. And the way things are, we've lost it on all fronts. But like I said, it is not a good thing for Nigerian football, not that about that. Because for a country like Nigeria, the giant of Africa, who are supposedly supposed to be Africa's number one, not to be in the Nations Cup is a shame. And the coach of Zambia said it when he came here, that the friendly against Nigeria in Kaduna. So it is, like you rightly pointed out, it is time for us to really re-engineer our football. Okay. But we cannot do that with all this infighting that is going on in the nation's football family. We really need to close ranks. If we don't close ranks, so many distractions will come in and we'll never get it right. So if I were to be in the glass house, I would call for, if you like, a summit of Nigerian football stakeholders. We need to close rank. The fights are unnecessary distraction.
Okay. Well, Mr. Aluo, thank you so much for coming. But just before you go, Dolphins won the Nigerian Premier League. After this victory, what's next? The way forward?
The way forward is for them to do well in the continent next year. But Dolphins, just like every other Nigerian club, is a government parastatal. There's nothing professional about Dolphins. I want to see us really. Anybody that won the CAF Champions League back-to-back did so because they had one good man, Ojuice Okalo, backing them, giving them all the support. Now it is really difficult for any Nigerian team, the way our teams are structured, to do well in the continent. So Dolphins, the River State government has got the money. Let them go for the best of players alongside Sunshine of Akure. They will be flying the nation's flag.
You're still encouraging the government to be involved in managing all these things.
Well, as it were, that is the situation we find ourselves. But the ideal thing will be for government to hands off these clubs. The ideal thing will be for you to take the football to the people. Because
would we ever get to that point? Not that we can.
We should. We have all it takes. But the point is that we do not have the will to really do it.
Right,
if you look at the clubs that are doing well, the Champions League final this year was between WAC of Morocco and Esperance of Tunisia. These clubs are not owned by government, for Christ's sake. These are professional outfits. Al-Ali of Egypt is not owned by government. So the way forward, let's come back to West Africa. Ashanti Kotoko of Ghana and Accra House of Oak are not owned by government. So for us to really get it right, we must professionalize these clubs. There's no Premier League club in Nigeria today that is professional. All of them are government parastatals, and that is the problem.